This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. Oops. No, not today, Cutter. You're not doing a birthday boy today. You're doing a birthday girl. And this is a legendary coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks in the women's basketball thing. She herself was a basketball Hall of Fame superstar when she was playing. So she's one of the best players in WNBA history, to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012 and the Main Basketball Hall of Fame in 2013. So ever since 2008, she was head coach. She's been head coach of South Carolina. She is a legend. And her name is Dawn Staley, who's now 53 years old. Dawn Staley played basketball in high school in Philadelphia, then went to the University of Virginia to get her degree in rhetoric and communication studies. Say what you want, but it's a real program. Anyway, in her 4 seasons of college, she helped Virginia get to the NCAA tournament every time. 3 Final Fours and to the national championship, and I think she lost. She actually held for a while the record for career steals with 454, but that's not anymore. She's still a legend. Her number 24 is retired in Virginia. Staley would play professional basketball in France, Italy, Brazil, and Spain before joining up with the American Basketball League, which then merged to the WNBA. So she did her job. She was part of Team USA throughout much of her World Championships career. She got to the 94 championship. She helped the 96 team be undefeated, winning gold at the Summer Olympics in Atlanta, and was part of the 2000 Olympic team that won the gold medal. So she was a legend and all that. And she was part of the 2004 Olympic team that won the gold medal. In fact, she was actually selected to be the flag bearer at the opening ceremony in Athens, which was pretty cool. So she went to the American Basketball League with Richmond. And then after they lost the finals in 97, they moved to Philadelphia, her hometown. However, the WNBA was calling for her, and she was taken with the 9th pick by Charlotte and helped them get to the title game. She helped the Charlotte Sting. Obviously, it was a play on words of the Charlotte Hornets, even though the Hornets would move to New Orleans later on. But anyway, Staley was traded to Houston, and she decided to retire, despite the fact that she only played 1 year with Houston, but they lost to Sacramento in the first round, so she was done for. Despite all that, she was named one of the top 15 players in WNBA history when they celebrated the 15-year anniversary in 2011. Of course, 12 years have passed, and things have happened. Dawn Staley didn't want to be a coach, but, however, she was told, you should go to Temple, all that. And strange as it sounded, Staley was playing in the WNBA in the summertime. But in the fall, she was coaching Temple's basketball program. She did quite well and all that. She actually got 100 wins faster than any women's basketball coach. She helped Temple win 172 games and lose 80, so over 2/3, which was good. 6 times in the NCAA tournament, 4 Atlantic 10 titles, but nothing really big in the NCAA tournament. However, she wouldn't be unemployed for long, because in May 2008, she would leave for South Carolina, and man, has she been a legend. She was rebuilding the program from scratch. She suffered through a few losing seasons, but she kept playing better and better and better. She even got South Carolina to be ranked number 1 at one time in 2014. They were looking good. South Carolina went to the Final Four in 2017, beating Mississippi State in the national title game to win the title. Dawn Staley was only the second African-American women's basketball coach, national champion, after Carolyn Peck did it for Purdue in 99. She was very powerful. South Carolina, in fact, some key South Carolina newspapers made her the most powerful person in South Carolina sports. Amazing. Under Staley, South Carolina's won 5 SEC regular season titles, 7 postseason tournament titles in the SEC, 4 Final Fours, 2 titles, 7 Sweet 16s, and was named SEC Coach of the Year 5 times. So in 2020, South Carolina finished number 1. They were looking good. They were looking good to win the national title, but then COVID hit and canceled the tournament. And in 2021, she got them to the Final Four, but lost controversially to Stanford. But South Carolina had a good recruiting class, and she signed a 7-year, $22 million extension with South Carolina in October 2021. And it worked. South Carolina in 2022 were ranked number 1 and crushed everyone. They took care of Howard, Miami, North Carolina, Creighton, Louisville, and UConn, the legendary UConn team. Staley is the first coach to defeat 3 college basketball legends: Gino Herrera, Tara Vanderveer, and Kim Mulkey. So she looked pretty good. She coached National Player of the Year LA Boston. So she became the head coach of the U.S. national team. Well, she was assistant coach in the 2008 Olympics when they won the gold medal. She kept being there. She was named head coach of the U.S. national team in 2017 and helped the U.S. win the gold medal in Tokyo, winning all 6 games. She was 45-0 to start with the U.S. national team. Of course, you know, the U.S. women's team is just as good as the men's team. So in college, she did good for Virginia. WNBA, she was with Charlotte and Houston and was decent. In the playoffs, she got Charlotte to the finals in 2001, but no title. I feel bad for her. And unfortunately, in Temple, she did lead them to 6 trips to the NCAA, but only twice passed the first round. With South Carolina, she was the champion in 2017 and 2022. She got to the Final Four in 2023. I think it was LSU who... Was it LSU who beat them, or Iowa? I think it was Iowa. Oh, no, it was Iowa because of Caitlin Clark. But yeah, she still was legend. Legendary. So, anyway. She heads the Don Staley Foundation, which gives middle school children a positive influence in their lives by an after-school program at the Hank Gathers Recreation Center in Philadelphia. She's a fan of the Eagles and would wear their jerseys while coaching the Gamecocks. She would also be known for wearing, I can't remember the school, like some vintage jersey, which was kind of cool. So Dawn Staley is a legend. I picked her because I'm like, I remember she was a trailblazer for women's college basketball. I forgot she was a great college basketball coach for South Carolina. But, you know, times have changed. And so have I. Anyway, I'm jumped. I'm going to do.